What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk to you about iRobot, ticker IRBT. This stock is absolutely trending, a lot of volume. I want to break it down on what's causing all this volatility and whether this is worthwhile to get in or not. Before we get into any of that, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So right now it is down 72%, 107 the low, 148 the high, and 95.5 million shares being traded. So like I said, a lot of volume is getting in. And interestingly enough, I actually see some people online posting this as a extreme buy. So I feel like this is where some people might be rather confused because they did put out news early this morning. And that was this right here. So Roomba maker iRobot files for bankruptcy protection, will be taken private under restructuring. So in general, there's two different types of bankruptcy proceedings. There's simple restructuring, and that's kind of what they are doing. Or there is full legitimate bankruptcy where they close doors and liquidate all assets. Even under the restructuring though, they're meant to try to get as much money as possible for creditors. This is where creditors and them can kind of come to some sort of arrangement, and it looks as though that they did. So most likely iRobot won't be liquidating all of their assets, rather they're just going to be acquired by this entity right here. And as what the title even says, that the company is going to be taken private under restructuring. So in a normal circumstance, when people see Chapter 11, they still tend to buy it. We've seen this with Fisker and many others. There's always this kind of buy the opportunity because under a restructuring, there's always a slim chance that they could come to some deal and the company itself would kind of thrive. Normally, the creditors have to kind of be lenient and just say, okay, we'll take maybe just no interest for 6 months or whatever else. Or they could give them more money potentially if, again, that's the circumstance. But in this case, even if they do somehow, iRobot is able to thrive outside of the restructuring, they still are going to be taken private. So moral of the story is that any shareholder owning this stock, you are going to regrettably lose all your money. This is where right now they have more debt than their assets. So a lot of individuals are holding on saying, well, you know what, under the restructuring, the trustee, technically the deemed trustee, will be giving shareholders money. In a normal circumstance, yes, but in their case, since there is more debt than anything, unfortunately, shareholders, common shareholders, will not be receiving anything. So this is where I think a lot of people are being misguided by financial influencers. You can definitely make some pretty good money. Even stocks out there diluting, you can make some very, very good money. But in this case, them already announcing that they're going to be taking it private, you are taking a very big risk in buying this stock. You are pretty much hoping that the company with kind of the actual creditor, that whole deal isn't going to go through and that somehow iRobot is going to thrive. That is legitimately what people are betting on. So in general, you guys do whatever floats your boat, but some individuals calling for a squeeze play, I think that they're just doing that for clickbait and all the other jazz. Even right now, shorts are increasing 199,000 shares, which isn't all that much considering, like I said, there was about 96 million shares being traded. 53.6% of the free floats being shorted works to be 16.8 million shares overall being shorted. And in the case of obviously them being taken private, which would most likely be at the price of $0, this is where shorts would make a pretty substantial amount. But still, at the end of the day, you can kind of see that shorts somewhat anticipated this. So way back in January 2025, short interest was always like only 10%. And so shorts over 2025 have really doubled and tripled down. And it looks like ever since 2022, shorts have kind of been lingering around for quite some time. So possibly the writing's been on the wall. In all honesty, I've never actually even looked at this stock as a viable investment. So I don't know if some of you have been holding it for the long term, but it doesn't look like it has had much upside based on all of this. So let me know your thoughts on this stock. Have you been buying? Have you been selling? And for those of you that are actually getting in today, thinking it's a good swing trade, day trade, What is your end goal? Are you just wanting to make maybe a good 5%, 10%, get in and out? Or do you think that there is actually a good turnaround type of story with this stock? So what's your kind of general thoughts? One final thing, if you're looking for some solid on point buy signals on stocks, options, crypto, put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades, pop over to my stacked account. I put out some solid buys out there. So I just launched these 2 tiers. So swing trades, day trades. That's if you just want those only. But I do have currently 101 members under the all buy signals. So that's everything. And actually, I just started this a couple of weeks back. So definitely worthwhile to pop over here and check that out. With all that said though, appreciate all of you watching.